What's up, people? This is KGKProductionz again. I'm back from my long break, and I'll be going by the new moniker, Toolman Taylor. Hopefully, I'll explain all that in probably another video. But first, what I really want to get to before I start getting back into the Soul Calibur V creation series that I started probably like a year ago, is I want to apologize for me not being online and not making videos like I promised you weekly. Basically, there was a point where my cables just got fucked up, and with me going to school, I just didn't have enough time to even find to do these videos again. Um, so I had to focus a lot more on my classes, and for that I apologize, But now that summer's coming around and I have more time, even though I'll be working and stuff, I should still be able to get some videos done for you guys. I have no idea how much people are actually still playing the game, but if you're playing it casually, I'm pretty sure you're still wanting to have some cool characters. Right now, recently when I was away, it didn't stop me from playing the game. I still try to figure out characters that people would like to play with, not just the most known ones like Rogue and stuff, but characters that you could say are probably more underground, whether it be comic book characters, cartoon characters, or anime characters, even movie characters. So this wasn't even a request. I just got so in love with the series at a point that I really had to make this guy, and he's been my player card for Soul Calibur for I say 3 months now. I made him right before I went back to school, and his guts. Like I created him before the new year started, but I didn't have him finished until probably February. I really wasn't playing Soul Calibur that much at the time, and didn't really have a good idea on how to do him, and his eye. Like even still, some people are like the eye is not the best, but the thing is, since you're fighting so much, it's just like the other game with Cloud and stuff. Since you're fighting so much, the eye looks really convincing while you're fighting. I played them online before a couple of times. I'm like, wow, that I really couldn't even tell that eye was fake. It looks like it really is his eyeball when you're playing online or you're playing with your friends at your house or whatever. So this is what I have right now for Guts. I might work with him again some more in the future, but I'm happy with what I got right now. So if you don't know, he's Guts from the Berserk series. Berserk is gory, gruesome as fuck. People die, things die, demons die, and all that blood is on his sword. He's gory as shit. And if you really are into any anime, you should be into the Berserk series. Regardless, let's get into how to make him. So let's start with the basics, the physical attributes. His height is going to be set to 5, normal. If you want to make him tall, you can make him tall, but I think that normal would fit his actual height best. I use face 7. For his hairstyle, I have stylish short, and his eyebrows will be set to 4. For his voice, I just picked Cold Assassin. I think that fits really well. If you have an idea on a better voice, let me know. Message me, on YouTube or wherever. I'm probably gonna have a Twitter soon, so that way you guys can follow me on Twitter. I plan to do more moves in the future. Next, for the clothing. The clothing I have for his upper body equipment, I use New Centurion. For the lower body equipment, Jaipurs. They're basically the slacks that are a little bit more baggy towards the bottom. I don't know, I like those a lot. They fit a lot of people, a lot of creations for some reason. For the hip equipment, I use the scaled fold, and for the neck, I use the Lord's mantle for his cape. For the arm equipment, I gave him the manicus, the manicus. And this, I actually found a good use for it. Since he has that, metallic arm. It's a good use for it. For his shoulder equipment, I gave him the Leviathan pauldrons. it's just one. So you have one. It's like you have two of them, but because you have the arm, you think that that whole thing is just one set, and he has just the other side, which, you know, it works. And again, for the feet, I have the cuff boots. Now here's where we get a little bit more interesting. Since he only has one eye, I had to figure out, you know, how I'm gonna do his eyes. You know, I can't have one eye closed. So this is when you start playing around with specialized equipment. This is what you do to make your characters unique and distinctive. With specialized equipments, you can make body features that aren't real body features. I did this before with when I made Michelangelo. When I, you know, used like a raccoon tail or whatever for his toes. You know, you can use the same process for a lot of parts of the body. In this case, what you do is you use the apple, not the sphere, the apple. The reason why is because the sphere does not shrink enough where it can fit in someone's eye and get that nice shape. The apple isn't perfectly circular, but it's circular enough where you can emulate an island, like, you know, an island, like, you know, just like that flap, you know. And basically, I make for the values for the apple. This is what I have. I have it set to the head. Its horizontal measurements is -5, vertical is at -35, back is at 9. Width, length, and depth all at the minimum. Rotate vertically or horizontally is at 0, as well as angle. If you set all those numbers correctly, you'll have your apple where I have my apple, and it will look like, you know, his island. It's just like that. That's, you know, like it's supposed to be just like that. And that should be everything for the equipment. If you want to add something or subtract something, go ahead. This is just how I did mine. For a weapon, I mean, obviously, you know, should be Siegfried. I don't see why it shouldn't be Siegfried. I use the Requiem. You could use a lot of his weapons actually. You can use the Requiem 2 if you want. You can use the Ogre. I mean, I wouldn't suggest the Ogre though, but you could definitely use Requiem 1 and 2. If you want, maybe the Master, but yet again, I wouldn't suggest the Master. I think Requiem 1 and 2 fits them best. The Calibur, I don't see that really working too well. And the Soul Calibur hidden is just, that's too much for guts. It's either Requiem 1 and 2, or maybe the Ogre if you want to go that far, because, you know, what you get from this one, it does look also like, you know, guts kind of style. So it's up to you, if, you know, pretty much on how you want to do it. But let's say I want to use Requiem 2, for example. Okay, I'll use 2. This is going to be just pretty much off the top. So I'm going to customize the sword later at the end of it, if we can even do that. So for him, manga pack, you can give him manga pack, you give him an anime pack, outrageous pack, whichever pack you want. I think I gave him outrageous because, well, he's gory. Now, that actually does look kind of good. I actually do like that better. Alright, well, alright. So, everything else is set. Now it's time for colors, patterns, and stickers. So for the skin tone, I use 9-7-10 as saturation 9. Undergarments doesn't matter. Hairstyle, hair. This is where it matters. For hair color, the first palette is going to be 0-44-31. The second palette will be 0-44-31. Now, that sounds a little bit off. It sounds a little bit off to me. Basically, it should be a little bit more of a grayish streak. I'm looking at it now. I'm not really liking that. We make that a bit lighter, because he's supposed to have some light hair tone right in the beginning. So, take that back. I don't like the way that sounded before. That's better. I would say, you know, because it's supposed to be a little bit more whitish since he got touched. I think it's supposed to be, I could be wrong, it's supposed to be when he got touched by a demon or like an angel or something, that his hair turned white. It was a situation within the manga where part of his hair turned white, you know. So, I'd say, yeah, that's good. The first palette is going to be 0-44-31. The second will be 0-43-0. that fits better. You know, that gives him more of the guts look that we're looking for. I just looked at him like, that's not right for his hair. Okay, apologize for that. Fix that problem. Eyebrows are set to 9030. And his eyes, yet again, anime eyes, guys. First one is going to be set to really dark black, 04031. Where the outside is going to be set to really bright white, 000, like 000. Give it more distinction. Alright. Now, we have to worry about the actual clothing. For the upper body equipment, first palette is going to be black, 04131. The second one is going to be more of a grayish tone, 2027. Alright. For the lower body equipment, we're going to use 2031. For the hips, we have 3 different colors to do. So let's start with the scales. For the scale part, or the first color palette, 0029. For the belts, or the second color palette, 9731. And for the last color palette, we're going to use 1031. Alright, now for the neck equipment, let's start with the top portion of the cape, well, the outside portion of the cape. It's going to be black, 2031. The inner portion of the cape, which is more reddish, is going to be 96320. And then the last color, the button, I just set to black. You know, yet again, some changes may occur later on in the future. If that happens, you'll see it annotated on this video. Okay, for the arm equipment, that color is going to be 9026. For the shoulder equipment, it's going to be 03422. Now for the feet, it's the easiest one. First color palette, 9830. Second color palette, 9829. Third color palette, 9931. So, last is probably most important to me is the eye. Set the color for the apple to be 9710. You can play around with that color if you want. You know, some people may see it better being like a little darker. Others would say a little brighter. Maybe a whole different color altogether. I don't know. But for me, 9710 worked really well. Alright. Okay, the last thing will be stickers. For this one, the good thing is you really don't need to do stickers for this clothing. You know, you don't need to. You might want to, but you really don't need to. I just threw on some stars on his face because I see that being the most important thing ever. Only problem with that I have with Soul Calibur is that they only allow you to use 2 small stickers. It's fucking stupid. I wanted to throw like 6 stars on his face, but hey, I only have 2. Whatever. Make the best of it. So, I use scar 5 first. So first you use scar 5 and you just set it to be like right under his right eye and make it as big as possible. I made the size pretty big. It's pretty big. Make it pretty big. You know, he has a deep scar. All right. So with that done, now you go to his next other side of his face. Scar 3, I set to be like towards the side of his face. You can make that one big if you want to. I made it big. No problem with that. Distinctive. You know, because his face is not pretty. His face was he has a rough face, you know. Went through a lot of wars. He's a warrior. He's a real warrior, not the fake ones that look like, you know, they could beat girls. He was a warrior. He went through battles. He got beat up. He had his losses, but he's still alive and he's fighting every day. If you notice that scar that's under his eye, it partially goes over his lips. I did that on purpose because I believe it's supposed to do that. Even if it's not, it looks better that way anyway. It looks more like a warrior, you know, which is what he is. So now the last thing you have to do for guts is give a color to his sword. You know, since you're using the direct one, you can't change the color of the blade. That's okay. What you really want to do is make the weapon trail match the edges of the blade. So, you know, use like a light blue color, you know, so that way you can give that effect. And now you should have what I have here. You see, just something like that. And do your picture for your sticker, whatever you want to do. Do that. I think the last thing we have to do is just, well, check him out in battle. See how he came out. Did he come out good? Okay, so that's it for this episode of Soul Calibur V Creations. Hopefully you liked what you saw. I know I do. Guts is cool as shit. But on the side note, guys, like I said before, I apologize for me not being online and making these videos like I should be. I'm trying to get back on, trying to get even back to just Soul Calibur altogether, and a couple things that we gotta do for this community, because Soul Calibur is dying hard, really fucking bad. To the point where they took Soul Calibur off of Evo for Injustice. Personally, I think Injustice is an overhyped game that's gonna die down in 6 months tops. But they took down Soul Calibur, so the guys playing the game should be looking at that and saying, "Hey, man, we gonna have to get our army together and find a way to remedy this problem, because as it is, people don't think Soul Calibur's a real fighter." So if you guys are watching this video and you're serious about the game, you guys need to start finding some new shit for Soul Calibur, new tech, make that game more hype. Figure out a way to make it more hype. Y'all can't, then well, no one's gonna give a fuck, and everything that we've been trying to do for this game is gonna just go down the toilet, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be a casual fighter again. It's not like Smash Bros. Even, just something that maybe your 5-year-old little brother would play, and that's it. So we gotta, we gotta show something. More combo videos, more tech. Y'all guys gotta discover. Y'all can't just play the same way. It's time for shit to change. No more fighting with each other and stuff. Come on. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go for a 10-minute rant here. This is a Soul Calibur 5 character creation tutorial for Guts by your own KGKProductionz, aka 2-Man Taylor. And I will see you again later. Please send me some requests, message me, like this video, subscribe. I need some subscriptions. Other than that, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video segment. Peace.